Our final speaker this afternoon is Right Honourable Ed Davey, Member of Parliament. Ed serves in the government in a very senior position as the Secretary of State for Energy and Climate Change. Ed is a very dear friend of the Jamaat and has attended a number of events. Last year, he hosted a very special reception for Hazur Akhtas in the Parliament on the occasion of our centenary celebrations. This special event was attended by more than 40 parliamentarians, including the Deputy Prime Minister, Honourable Nick Clegg MP, and the Home Secretary Theresa May. Ed takes a keen interest in foreign affairs and is always ready to help the community, especially on issues of human rights. I take this opportunity to welcome him to our Jalsa Salana and request him to come and say a few words.
Assalamu alaikum. Your Holiness, brothers and sisters, it's a great honour to join you again at the Jalsa Salana. The Jalsa has already heard a message of support and greetings from my party leader, Nick Clegg, leader of the Liberal Democrats and the Deputy Prime Minister, but I give you his personal greeting and support. It is great to come here to recognise the amazing charitable work and contribution to the United Kingdom of the Ahmadiyya community. But as importantly, it is good to hear the strong words of support and your leadership, Your Holiness, for peace in our world. Last year, I asked personally for your advice about the situation in Syria, and you were gracious and kind enough to write to me with that advice as we in government considered the difficult decisions. And when you came to the reception in the House of Commons to mark your centenary, community centenary in the UK, you were gracious enough to share with myself and ministerial colleagues and members of Parliament your thoughts on achieving peace and justice in our world. You shared indeed your concerns about events in the world as you saw them. And you were right to worry and reflect your concerns in what you told us. Because this year, reflecting on what's happened in the last 12 months and looking ahead, the world does seem a more dangerous place. Whether it's the events in Pakistan, Israel, Palestine, Ukraine, Libya, Syria, Iraq, and no doubt many other countries we could name, the violence, the hatred is indeed alarming. We've heard from other speakers of the appalling murders of members of your community, most recently in Pakistan. But we know these are just the latest example of the appalling discrimination and harassment that this wonderful community unfortunately has received in Pakistan. Like Lord Ahmed, I say on behalf of Her Majesty's government, we say to the government of Pakistan, you must respect the dignity and rights of all people in Pakistan, not least the Ahmadis. Of course, at the moment we are particularly worried in government about responding to what is happening in Syria and Iraq. The extremism, the fanaticism that is leading to appalling incidents and huge dangers to the people in that area and worries for the rest of the world is something that we have to address. And we will need your guidance again, Your Holiness, and we will need to show tolerance and show respect, but we will need also to engage in every community in our country to find a way forward together so we can reflect your teachings of love for all, hatred for none. But let me conclude by thanking you for the work that you do to tackle poverty and justice here in the United Kingdom and across the world. On one of my visits during this Jalsa Salana, I saw the work that your community is doing in many countries, particularly in Africa, to help tackle poverty and also to respect the environment as we develop. Not just renewable energy, but security for water. Your Humanity First projects are second to none and have brought huge hope and help to millions across the world. So can I take this opportunity to thank you for your kind invitation and hospitality, to thank you for all the charitable works that you lead here and around the world, and to thank you for your inspiration and your teachings so we can have a more peaceful world. Thank you.
Nare Takbir! Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Al-Khamis! Humanity! Mr. Ed Davey!
So that concludes our presentation.